In honor of 1 year of my channel, I'm gonna be making char. It has been a whole year since I started this channel, and it's probably a good time to mention I am rebranding, but not in the way you might think. I am simply just changing my name, because I thought about combining my big three food related items, that being lavender, figs, and honey buns. So logically, I would name myself Lavender Figs and Honey Buns. Super creative, I must say so myself. I hope you guys are open to the name change because I am. Chat Can I Cook was a name I came up with off the dome, and I was always meaning to change it one way or another. Anyways, to start off the year, I decided to revisit last year and my channel's very first recipe, that being char siu bao. Though I'm visiting a recipe from the past, I will not be revisiting old habits, rather leaving them in the first half of this decade. So let's get this ball rolling. This bake is comprised of two main components, the filling and the bread. I've made char siu at least 3 to 4 times at the time of this recording, so I look you just eyeballed all the ingredients now. However, I did not account for the thickness of the cut, which resulted in the inside to be a hue of pink. But the internal temperature was probably above 145 Fahrenheit last I checked, so I don't want to see anyone complain about its color or whether or not it was safe to eat. What are some old habits I should probably leave in the past? For starters, I should be more bold. Like, it sounds self-deprecating, but I'm a pussy, dude. I'm super self-conscious, very introverted, as I've been told by my friends. The usual attributes attached to people possessing similar behavioral archetypes. If one image could describe me, it would be that dumbass picture of the Indian guy, Ali Adi, saying, "I'm so fucking scared." Hopefully by the time I release this video, the reference is not too outdated. And speaking of releasing things, I need to shed my habit of going with the flow. I seem to approach life with a unserious demeanor, not clutching things by the balls. Like, I've achieved bum status, and then put it shortly, I've been slacking since high school and miraculously got myself into a good college. Obviously, it wasn't that simple. The entire grind was multifaceted, but I recall most of my years leading up to the college life bumming around. Dude, but no more. I've landed myself a job, and I am actively trying to heighten my academics, unlike my high school years. I know the job wasn't the greatest. It's literally just putting fries in a bag, but I can make around 100 a week, 4 to 6 hours, and have enough money to fund my spring vacation trip in a few weeks. So I'm very content with that. And that pretty much sums up my goals for this year. Obviously, it is subject to change in the sense that hopefully I add more things or I focus on the more important things in my life. But if I can think of any other miscellaneous, I would say just stop randomly shooting your shot. It's in like girls' DMs when you're bored. So take it from me personally. When you're a bum and don't have anything to do with like your life, like nothing productive going on, and you're just with your boys, you're gonna somehow, somewhere, the conversation ends up you like airballing yourself into their messages. I'm gonna sound like a gooner, but I did a little math. I would say I'm about 70% green. But even after all that succession, you just get left feeling empty because you're talking to so many people at once. You're not supposed to, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's all just futile. I'm only just now realizing if I'm not making any genuine connections and I'm just talking to people for fun, I should probably just be content with myself. And speaking of being satisfied with yourself, don't be complacent to the point where you end up chud maxing, because that's what I did over this first semester, and that freshman 15 really caught up to me. And to tie it back to just like DMing people, like imagine losing yourself and still thinking you got it, you know what I mean? But it's like you're far from your prime or just far from like a good spot. Note to myself, don't be a fucking loser. As for the cooking aspect of my life, although I must land an internship within this year, or else my mom's gonna kill me, and also just for my career in general, one of my main goals for 2026 is to consistently post once a month. I create content as a hobby and out of love, but if I can grow this account and reach niche micro celebrity status, I would have killed two birds with one stone. That'd be awesome. I want to prove to myself I'm capable of doing many great things, even that being transforming my hobby into something profitable or noticeable to others. I'm not saying I need statistics and the validation of others to the point where I'm complacent, but it's to the point where, that uphill progression simply reminds me that I can reach even higher and that my consistency and efforts paid off in the end. OMG, we made it to the end. Now, what is my verdict on this new Toss You Bao? I think it is amazing. A little bready though. Nevertheless, Hun Hao Chu. This year is all about improving and sharpening and refining myself. And just like that Toss You Bao I made last year, this year will turn out different and better.